and welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we're back with the Activision Week 16 time trial event, the community event. If you want to take part, make sure you check out the description and I'll leave all the links for the Activision Discord where you can take part in the time trial event and get all the information you need. So for this week we're driving the Megane V6 Trophy, a very nice car to drive, I have to say. It was one I only ever tried it once on the old game and I really liked it, but it just wasn't that, it didn't seem that popular whenever you went online, but it is a really nice car to drive. Hopefully this car would be a really good car as a league racing car, I think, as it's very close to GT3 speed, got a lot of grip, just not as powerful as the GT3s, but very fun to drive. So yeah, we're driving it at the Le Mans Buggati track, a very nice track, a very technical track that you really do need to get the car swinging into some of these corners. It's not one of my strongest tracks, but a track that I do enjoy driving. I think we made the lap was okay. We didn't stray too far off the default setup. We made a few very basic changes. We could probably fine tune it a lot more and push it so it'd be maybe half a second quicker. Plus the lap was a little bit messy towards the end, and we lost a bit of time in the first sector also. So there's probably about I'd say there's at least half a second in terms of driving that you can get off this lap using the setup that I'm using. So I'm guessing people will be able to get this into the 1 minute 36s. 1:36.5, 6 should be the limit. I can't see it going much faster than that. So anyway, I'll let you guys have a watch of the lap at full speed and then we'll come back for the slow motion track guide. So you can see there are a few errors on the lap, but nothing real bad, just probably about 3-4 attempts we lost out on errors maybe, and there's probably a little bit more time to be gained on the setup. So going through the last corner, you need to get yourself in third gear before exiting that corner. It gives you a little bit more speed going down this straight, and then looking to get the car over to the left hand side, use some of the curb on the left hand side, and then slowly bring it back across the track. Do not do it in fast movements or you'll unsettle the rear. Slowly bring it back, and as soon as you're pretty much through that corner, down into third gear, get the braking done, be careful not to lock up too much. We missed the curb a bit on the left hand side, but managed to really be aggressive on that right hand curb and just got away without an invalidated lap. That corner is going to stress you guys out as it's going to give you a lot of invalidated laps, but you need to really push it through there to get the best out of this lap. Then down into third gear, try and keep the car nice and tight in on this curb. You need to trail brake through that corner, and just be aware if you let that car roll off down the left, the camber will just drag you off and you'll lose a lot of time. It can be up to 3 tenths at least just on that one corner. Then you're going to look for the bridge above our head there, braking pretty much dead on that bridge, down into second gear, get your car over to the left hand side, use some of the curb on the left hand side. You see that little bit of tarmac, get your left hand side on that and get the power really early. It gains you a lot of time if you get it perfect. You see there we caught right up on the ghost basically through that one corner. Then downshifting it as we approach this curve on the left, you're going to downshift just before that curve on the left, into third gear, then into second gear, and get your car over to the right hand curb as early as possible. And do not use all the full width of that track there. You want to stay nice and tight in on this hairpin, on the power, nice and early into third gear, accelerating out the corner. Be cautious of the rear on that corner as well. Putting the power down too early can unsettle the rear and lose, and just the back end will spin out on you. Then we're going to look for the 150 board on the right hand side, just gone past it there, downshifting it basically on that board into third gear, get the left hand tyre onto that green bit of tarmac, and then the right hand tyre onto this green bit of tarmac, and then on the power very early into fourth gear. You'll see we pull away from the ghost there, and then you're going to get braking just before the curb, pretty much on the curb as you approach that curb on the left hand side, down into third gear, use again some of the tarmac and curb on the right hand side, get the car back over to the right hand side and swing it into this left hand corner. We missed it. I would have rather have got that left hand tyre slightly on the tarmac over the curb there and been able to put the power a little bit earlier than what we did, but we did it okay. Then down into second gear very early, braking earlier is probably better on this corner, stops you running too far wide, attack the curb, get into third gear before you go over this final corner and really try and push this over this curb. We went a bit too aggressive, lost the rear slightly, you can see it became unstable, lost a lot of time on the acceleration, so it was an okay lap, but there was potential to go at least half a second faster I think there. Maybe we'll go back on and push it a few times faster if we get time through the week. Okay, so let's have a look at the setup and the few basic changes we made. First most important change, brake pressures all the way down to 67%. This car does like to lock up very easily, so I had to lower them a lot, and also with the brake balance I slightly altered them. I could probably go down to 55, maybe even more towards the giving a bit more brake pressure to the rear. Tyre pressures were lowered as well to get them in a better PSI range, and the caster angles were slightly adjusted to make the car a little bit less twitchy, and the camber angles were slightly adjusted also from the default setup, as was the spring ratio. Also the cambers on the the steering ratio was slightly adjusted. Again, I think that was just to make the car a little bit more settled compared to the default setup. With regards to suspension, we didn't make any massive changes. I think if I was going to go back and fine tune it, I'd probably stiffen up the suspension slightly than what we had it. So if you're on PC and you see me improve, you might want to download the setup to see if I've made any further improvements to the setup that might have made it a little bit faster. So if I do it through the week, get a chance to go on again, I might do some basic changes like that. Also the radiator opening, you want to probably put that to 0%. I didn't know I had that on 5%. That will gain you a very small amount of time, not massive amount, but a small amount. Final drive, you want it on its shortest ratio, so that's the way you want that. With regards to the preload, 60, power ramp on 70 and the coast on 30, it just creates quite a stable car. That it may be possible to go a more aggressive setting within the power ramp, but just be aware that's going to make you have to be a little bit more cautious on the exit of some of the corners, but it will probably gain you a bit of time. Anyway guys, hope you enjoyed this week's time trial event, the Activision time trial event, and remember everyone, if you want to take part, go into the description. It's in the description, the links towards Activision's Discord channel and all his other channels that you can check out his streams, etc. This week should be a good time trial to take part in. I enjoyed driving this track. It's a very tricky one. It's a very tricky one for track limits as well, so it is going to stress some of you guys out. But I'm sure you guys will put the effort in and get a very nice lap done. And remember, if you see my time improve, if I do get a chance to go back on and make it a little bit faster, it may be because I've slightly altered the setup. So if you're on PC, go onto my setup, check it out, download it and see if you like the improvements. Anyway guys, look forward to seeing the lap times come in. Thanks again for watching. We're going to be back with more GT Sport, more Assetto Corsa videos and more Project Cars setup videos. Thanks again for watching. Give this video a like if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel and make sure you click the notification button so you do not miss any uploads. Thanks again, and we'll be back very soon.